Hello students, in our previous lecture we have discussed the concept of hybridization and first type of the hybridization, that is the sp hybridization. With the help of the example we have discussed the example of beryllium chloride molecule, and today we have to start with our next type of the hybridization, that is the sp2 hybridization. So let's start. In this hybridization there is the involvement of 1s and 2 p orbitals in order to form 3 equivalent sp2 hybrid orbitals. For example, in beryllium trichloride molecule, the ground state electronic configuration of the central atom boron atom is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. I can write it like that. For boron, this is the for outer shell configuration we have to take na. For second shell, that is the outermost configuration. In 2s, how many electrons? 2 electrons. And in p, I am having only 1 electron. This is the ground state configuration. So I can excite this electron to the empty p orbital, that is the py orbital. This is the px and that is the pz orbital. Clear? So excited configuration we will have this is the px, py and pz. So now you can see here, after excitation of electron to the second orbital of p, there are total 3 orbitals that are hybridized, that will be of the same energy. As you have learnt earlier, the number of the hybrid orbital is equivalent to the number of the orbitals that are intermixing. Clear? So according to that, there are 3 hybrid orbitals. As in this diagram you can see, this is the first hybrid orbital with larger positive lobe and smaller negative lobe. Clear? And this is the second one, and that will be the third one. Clear? And you can see from here that these 3 hybrid orbitals are almost lying at maximum distances from the each other to have minimum repulsions, because geometry of the molecule hybrid orbitals decide according to the orientation in which they will going to have lesser repulsions. Clear? Now after intermixing and after the formation of the hybrid orbitals, then in case of BCl3 molecule there are 3 ligands that are chlorine atom, and each chlorine atom will going to have its empty p orbital that will overlap with the sp hybrid orbital of the central boron atom. This is the first p orbital overlapping, and that is the second p orbital overlapping, and that is the third one. Clear? And each hybrid orbital is going to lie in the triangular plane, that is the planar structure with angle of 120 degree. Each will going to have angle is 120 degree. Clear? So this is the diagrammatic representation. Clear? And as a result, boron has 3 unpaired electrons, and these 3 orbitals, that is 1, 2s and 2, 2p hybridized to form 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. As I have shown you, after excitation there is the formation of the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. So on mixing of this first, second and third atomic orbitals of the boron central metal atom, it will going to form 3 hybrid orbitals that are of the same energies. Clear? These orbitals are hybrid orbitals. Each are sp2 hybridized orbital, because 1 s and 2 p orbitals are involved in the intermixing. Clear? So according to that, each of these hybrid orbitals are sp2 hybridized, which are further responsible for overlapping with the empty p orbital of the chlorine atom. Clear? So again you can see from here, in BCl3 molecule, the ground state electronic configuration of the central boron atom is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. In the excited state, one of the 2s electron is promoted to the vacant 2p orbital like this, so as a result, boron has 3 unpaired electrons. These 3 orbitals hybridize to form 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, and the 3 hybrid orbitals so formed are oriented in a trigonal planar arrangement and overlap with 2p orbital of the chlorine to form 3 BCl bonds. Therefore, in BCl3 molecule, the geometry is trigonal planar with chlorine boron chlorine bond angle of 120 degree. Clear? See, same I have explained you that this is the trigonal plane in which the angle between boron, chlorine and chlorine will be of the 120 degree. Clear? And the next is the sp3 hybridization. This type of hybridization can be explained by taking the example of the methane molecule, CH4 molecule, in which there is mixing of 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals of the valence shell to form 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of equivalent energies and shapes, and there is 25% s character and 75% p character in each sp3 hybrid orbitals. So the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals so formed are directed towards the 4 corners of the tetrahedron, and each will going to have an angle of 109.5 degree. Clear? So let's see first the type of the hybridization and how it comes. Like for CH4 molecule, that is for CH4 molecule, configuration of carbon will be 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Outermost configuration we have to take, that is for 2s and 2p orbital. In 2s 2 electrons and in p 2 electrons, that is 2p orbital. Now this is the ground state, and in excited state this electron will be transferred here. There is the 4 orbitals which are involved in the intermixing, and type of the orbitals 1s and 3p orbitals. So these are the sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon, sp hybrid orbitals of the carbon atom. Clear? In which we have to take 4 ligands to attach with these hybrid orbitals. That ligands are hydrogen atom. Clear? So this is the first, that is the second, that is the third, and that is the fourth. And note here, in this sp3 hybridization, the s character is almost 25% and 75% dominating character will be the p character. Clear? So this is the sp3 hybrid orbitals, and total number of the sp3 hybrid orbitals are 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Clear? And to have the lesser repulsions, all these 4 angles are going to lie at the corners of the tetrahedron. This is the arrangement. This is the first sp hybrid orbital, and that is the second sp hybrid orbital, third and fourth. Clear? And each orbital is facing or pointing at the corner of the tetrahedron to have the minimum repulsions, all maximum distant from each other. We have to place it at maximum distant places from each other. So corners of the tetrahedron are the maximum distance for these orbitals to have the tetrahedral geometry. Clear? And here at the corners there is the overlapping of 1s orbital of the hydrogen atom with these 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, and the angle between these carbon, hydrogen and hydrogen will be of approximately 109 degree, 109.5 degree. Clear? This is the angle. So this diagram is showing you the formation of the sp3 hybrids by the combination of 1s orbital, px, py and pz atomic orbitals of the carbon and the formation of the CH4 molecule, that is the tetrahedral geometry it will going to have. And in tetrahedron there are 4 faces. This is the first phase and that is the second phase, and this is a third phase lying at the back side, and that is the fourth phase. This one, this is the first, second and that is the third, and this one will be the fourth phase of the tetrahedron. Clear? So we can also see the structure of ammonia and water molecule can also be explained with the help of the sp3 hybridization. In ammonia, the valence shell, that is the outer electronic configuration of the nitrogen in the ground state, will be 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1, having a 3 unpaired electrons in the sp3 hybrid orbitals, and a lone pair of electron is present in the fourth one, that is 2s2. These electrons are going to behave like the lone pair electrons. These 3 hybrid orbitals overlap with 1s orbitals of the hydrogen atoms to form 3 nitrogen-hydrogen sigma bonds. We know that the force of repulsion between a lone pair and a bond pair is more than the force of repulsion between the 2 bond pair of the electrons, means the repulsion between this lone pair and this bond pair will be higher than the repulsion between these 2 bond pairs. Clear? So the molecule thus gets distorted and the bond angle is reduced to 107 degree from 109.5 degree. So the geometry of such a molecule will be a pyramidal. Clear? Because there because of this repulsion, that bond angle will going to decrease from 109 to 107 degree. Again this side lone pair bond pair repulsion will going to contract this bond angle by 2 degree. Clear? And configuration in case of nitrogen you can feel like that: 2s 2 electron, and in 2p there are 3 electrons, and these orbitals are going to intermix and result in the formation of 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, in which one is the lone pair carrying orbital. See, from here you can see that we have also learned that point in the features of the hybridization when I have explained you that fully filled orbitals can also take part in the hybridization. See here, there is the fully filled orbital behaving as the inert pair of electron. This lone pair will going to take part in the hybridization. Clear? And because of this more lone pair bond pair repulsions, the bond pair angle will going to reduce here. Again the rest of the diagram will be same. Each hybrid orbital will be at the corner of the tetrahedron, and there is the overlapping of the 1s orbital of the hydrogen atom, that is the atomic orbital overlapping with these hybrid orbitals which are of almost same energy. Clear? That is the major condition of the hybridization, that why we need hybridization, to make the orbitals of equivalent energy, that when we are showing its overlapping with another atomic orbitals, that will going to have the same type of the behavior and same type of the bond lengths and bond energies. Clear? And same in a same way you can see the example of the water molecule, in which there are two lone pairs. Because of the two lone pairs, the angle again will going to reduce to 105 degree, sorry 104 degree from 109.5 degree. Clear? Here you can see that there is the repulsion between these lone pairs, and also between these lone pair and bond pairs, and this angle will going to reduce to 104 from 109 degree Celsius. Clear? In case of the water molecule, you have to firstly fill the configuration for the oxygen atom. That is, for oxygen, this is the central atom. The configuration will become for oxygen, that is the 2s2 and 2p4. Clear? Now fill it 1s2 2s2, sorry 2s2, we are having 2 electrons, and then in p 1 second third and fully filled, that is the 2p orbital. Clear? So now you can see these two orbitals are having fully filled configuration, or fully filled orbitals are behaving the inert orbitals, not going to take part in bonding but going to take part in the hybridization. Clear? So these orbitals are shown in this diagram as a lone pairs. Clear? And the rest of these two hybrid orbitals will be results in the formation of sp3 hybrid orbitals having single bonds. Clear? We have to take these 4 orbitals are of the sp3 hybridization. Clear? This is the first sp3 hybrid orbital, and this is the second sp3 hybrid orbital, and this is the third sp3 hybrid orbital, and this is the fourth sp3 hybrid orbital. From these 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, first and second will going to be as a lone pairs, and the rest, that will be the third and fourth sp3 hybrid orbitals, will going to be like a single bonds. Clear? And these will going to show overlapping of one half filled orbital of the p with the half filled atomic orbital of the hydrogen atom. Clear? So here these are the two inert orbitals, and the rest is the, we can have one half filled p orbital overlapping with the one half filled s atomic orbital. Clear? Very simple diagram. I hope you have understood that two fully filled orbitals are behaving as a lone pairs in this diagram, and then the half filled configuration carrying orbitals which are sp3 hybrid orbitals will going to show overlapping with the atomic orbital of the hydrogen atom, and results in the formation of the water molecule structure, in which because of these repulsions the bond angle reduces to 104.5 degree from 109.5 degree. Clear? I hope up to this topic all the concept of hybridization is clear to you. So once try these all examples by yourselves. Clear? And if there is any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.